Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the host, side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
Welcome to Remote Reality. This is Lauren.
And this is Dee.
Hey, Dee. I'm so excited to do Sister Wives. I've wanted to do this for a while.
I know, me too. It's one of my favorites.
But I don't want to cover the last few episodes. So we're just starting off fresh. We're starting off with the tell-alls.
Should be some juicy stuff in this.
Yeah. Now, Liz has never seen Sister Wives. So that's why Dee is the right person to tap in for this one. What if Liz was watching it and she liked Robin because she has no idea what's happened for the last 19 seasons? I don't think I could be her friend. Just kidding.
Would have to delete her from Facebook.
Actually, one of our friends does like Robin. You know who you are. If you're listening, you know who you are. You don't know who she is.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't think it's somebody I know.
No, it's one of Liz and I's friends.
For shame.
But no, she's still a good person. She has different opinions. She sent me a bunch of text messages about her thoughts on polyfamily the other day, which I can't disagree with her. There haven't been enough seasons of that for me to, well, I don't know. I'm forming an opinion. I'm bored to tears by that show.
Yeah, it's hard to get content out of it.
Those people still realize they're being filmed. So they know the cameras are there. They're very aware of that. And it's very overproduced. Whereas with Sister Wives, they've been doing this so long, they don't even care. There's no filter. They're just saying whatever they want to say, whether or not it makes any sense.
They've forgot there's even cameras around. They've been doing it so long.
Nope. Janelle thinks that Suki's her friend. She has to remind herself, don't cuss out Suki. Because you know she's got a lot of words to use, but she's like, oh, the cameras are on.
Yeah. She can't tell her everything. She forgets that.
Well, I don't think they care as much about what they say now, except for Robin. Half the time that she's talking, decoding Kody this episode, she's just like, I don't know. I'm not going to comment on that. I can't think of a way out of this. It was brilliant. They split Kody and Robin up. I don't think they've done that in past seasons. It prevented Robin to a certain extent from being able to decode Kody. Although I feel like almost every single clip, she's still decoding Kody.
She's either Kody-splaining or she doesn't want to comment because it didn't involve her.
Or it doesn't fit her narrative and makes her look like the manipulator, and she's better not to say it.
She's probably the smartest of all of them, honestly.
Oh, gosh, no. She's still with Kody.
I think that's exactly what she wanted.
What?
Who knows? I don't see the attraction.
Well, I also don't see him having other wives being an aphrodisiac. So fair to say, Robin and I have a different taste in guys. I've never found him attractive. I've always said, I don't know how this man got one wife, let alone four. No idea. Blows my mind.
It blows my mind. I don't see it.
Now, Rob says that he looks like Sammy Hagar.
That's so unfair.
No, look, Sammy Hagar, he was in Van Halen.
He was the second. That picture there, he does. Yes, unfortunately.
Anyway,
it's the hair.
Pretty similar.
Mm-hmm. The hair and the shades.
Okay. Sister Wives Tell All, Season 19, Episode 26, One-on-One. What do you think about the one-on-ones versus them all sitting together on a couch?
Kind of like it. We're going to see the gloves come off. In the past, they may have been protecting their family or each other so that nothing bad comes out or they look in an unfavorable light. So I'm excited to see what happens here.
They've done one-on-ones for a while. Remember, they would all sit on the couch together?
True, but they're not a family anymore. That's where I was getting.
In the recent years, before everyone left, they've been doing one-on-one, which I didn't like as much because it didn't seem like there was a lot of drama. At the beginning of this season, TLC had a poll that they put out, and I participated in it. It was on Instagram. One of the questions was, what do you think about the one-on-ones? And I was like, no, put them all back together. It looks like in these previews, Sakanya has found a way to bring that intensity back.
Well, we're just going to have to look and see, but I think it's going to be interesting. I would like to see them as a group, not as a family, just to see if it's like the Real Housewives and somebody comes off the couch after somebody.
Which Real Housewife would Kody be?
Gosh, he might be a Vicky. I don't know. I like Vicky.
Yeah, I like her. She's too likable.
Yeah. Maybe Alexa.
There you go.
Yeah. I think he's an Alexa.
Alexa riding in his Lexus.
Yep. Stir the shit and sit back.
In recent seasons, they would do Kody and Robin at the same time.
I think you're right. I think in the previous ones, they have done the two of them together with the other ones individually.
They separated them this time. So Robin can't be Cody's mouthpiece because she's always trying to decode Kody.
It's true. She's always trying to make it nice what he's saying, or you didn't mean it that way. This is what you're trying to say.
Exactly. So maybe that's why it looks better because we're getting the real, raw, ugly Kody.
The narcissist and everything.
He is a special kind of guy. I don't think we live in the same universe as him.
I don't think we do either.
Janelle says that in the opener. I don't know what planet he's living on.
It's Kody World, Codyville.
I actually saw a news article about some orb that they found off of Colombia, the country in South America, not our state capital.
Yeah.
It's a UFO, but it didn't have any seams in it. They did an x-ray on it. Yeah.
Interesting.
I just saw that yesterday. Anyway, maybe Kody brought that. Maybe he's an alien. Maybe they'll take Kody back with them when they go home.
They're parked outside his house.
We get started with the one-on-ones, and Cody's walking into I guess it's some sort of resort. It's really pretty.
Very pretty.
And he walks in, and Suki says, "Hey, Kody, welcome to Sedona." And I think that's probably the friendliest exchange they have this whole time.
That's what it appears to be, yes.
There's a lot to unpack here.
In just a short period of time, and we're only on Kody.
Suki, she talks to each of the cast, and she asks what movie would represent their lives right now. I haven't seen any of these movies except Legally Blonde.
I think I might have seen one of them a long time ago.
Have you ever seen Fried Green Tomatoes?
That's the one. But I just remember like one scene of the character that these young girls had taken her parking spot and she just like rams her car into their car over and over and over again. She got so mad.
Do you know who Evelyn is?
I think it's Kathy Bates' character who did the ramming of the car.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like she reaches this point and she's just, I'm not taking any more shit from anybody.
Ooh. I hope that's foreshadowing into what we're going to see on this tell-all.
I think Janelle would be a perfect Evelyn.
And Suki says, "Eat, Pray, Love," which I've never seen or read the book, but I think it's about somebody having this adventure where they travel after a breakup.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
And Janelle thinks that's a good idea. She's like, yeah, let's do it, which she did. She traveled to North Carolina.
That ranch or farm.
That old pine tree farm.
Yes. Cody's gave one and then he went back and gave another one as to the movies he would reference. Point Break or Point Broken as he put it.
Which I don't know what he was talking about. It was like Keanu Reeves and they wore different people's faces.
Yeah. So that movie, if I'm not mistaken, because I've seen that one too, they're like bank robbers wearing masks of different presidents, and Keanu Reeves' character is an undercover agent trying to catch the bank robbers. He infiltrates their group.
Just going on that analogy, is Kody wearing a mask? And what is the robbery?
That's the only thing I could think of why he would pick that particular movie.
He's robbing Mary, Janelle, and Christine of happiness and has this mask on that he loves them.
Well, or he could be saying that they're the ones wearing the mask robbing him.
It's true.
Knowing Kody, that's probably more what he's thinking.
Absolutely. Even though he's taking their money to buy a big house.
Mm-hmm.
And Suki points out, you're laughing. You're having fun with this. You have a good sense of humor. Well, for now.
Yeah.
Then they go to Mary, and she says wild with Reese Witherspoon. I don't know.
I've never seen that one. I have no idea.
No idea. This is where editing is beautiful because you can tell they have tried to fix Mary's word salad and make it make sense somehow. I don't know if you've seen her talk about worthy up. It's just a bunch of words and none of it makes sense.
Yeah, no, I haven't really paid much attention to the worthy up stuff. I kind of am in a place in my life where I don't think I want to take advice from Mary. No offense.
I can't imagine what place in life you would need advice from Mary.
Definitely not in worthying up advice.
No.
I've
but
seen her pretty much as a doormat through most of the episodes here lately. Not this season, but like last season and the season
Yeah.
before. I'm
true.
proud of her this season.
I don't know what she's rambling on about. Something about beautiful story, so many experiences. I know those editors were having to franken edit that and splice and dice whatever they could. Can I make this word salad make sense? Which word can I take and crop into here?
And yet there was still enough to have some word salad.
And it was still word salad at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Now, Christine, Suki mentions to her Legally Blonde because Christine is wearing this pink suit.
Yes. It definitely reminds me of Reese Witherspoon in that movie. Yeah.
It's like Pepto-Bismol pink.
And then they do the cute little drop and snap from the movie. Yeah.
Bend and snap. Yeah. I don't hate a pink suit, but this one's
not my favorite shade of pink.
You can wear it, but I think she would look better in like more of a mauvey pink or like a rosy pink.
Yeah, I agree with you. I can see her in those colors.
But this is a very I don't know. Pepto-Bismol is the best I can explain it. It's a bright pink, but it looks dull.
I think your ball's on with it. That's the shade for sure.
So now we go back to Kody because he's got more ideas about what movie matches him. Another one I haven't seen, Batman Returns.
I have seen Batman Returns, and it was very interesting. He said, if you don't die the hero, you live long enough to become the villain.
Huh? Okay, Kody.
Everything is poor me, woe is me. I'm just so sick of it.
First of all, he thought he was going to die the hero? Maybe it's just polygamy because everything is centered around him. Everybody wants his time. Everybody's fighting for his affection. So maybe he feels like this hero that is sacrificing for his family. I think he wants people to treat him like a god.
He has a universal sized ego. I mean, it's unbelievable.
God, I didn't think you were going to say ego. I was like, what? That's very generous. Thought you were going to say penis.
No, universal size.
Suki, she's shocked. She goes, wow, do you feel like you're the villain? Kody's laughing sarcastically. He says he feels like he's being villainized. He's not the villain. He is being villainized. I don't know about you being villainized. You are victimizing yourself.
Yeah. I think this guy's a narcissist. That's pretty typical with narcissists. They're never, ever the ones that start anything, always the victim.
He's trying to blame it on the edit, which, yeah, the edit can be responsible for a lot. But with Sister Wives, it's almost like they forget that the cameras are there because the cameras have been around so long. When you're watching him talk, you see him saying the whole sentence. It's not like you're seeing part of it and then they're cutting away and you're hearing something else.
Right. I was getting ready to say it's coming out of his mouth and it doesn't look like it's been edited together.
When they do the Franken edits, they're going to cut away to B-roll or cut away to somebody else sitting in the room. You might even hear a slight change in the tone, but no, those words are coming out of your mouth. He just thinks he's this hero.
The hero of his own story.
So true.
Jeez.
It's easy to make fun of someone who doesn't have a filter. I don't have a filter.
I was thinking the same thing. I don't have a filter. People don't make fun of me.
Suki's face during this, oh my gosh.
Priceless. It's, you gotta be fucking kidding me kind of face.
She's giving him this side eye, blinking her eyes at him, all of it, all of it.
Yeah, she's got the what the fuck frown lines in between her eyebrows.
She's like, am I tripping on something? What's happening? What are you saying? None of this makes sense. Make it make sense. But Kody tries to explain it because she looks confused. So he's like, well, I go through 5 iterations of the truth and then pick one. Now he's doing word salad.
In his brain, he probably looks at his stuff that he says.
Yeah.
And in that moment, with whatever emotion he's going through, that's his truth. And then he has to finally find one to stick with because he said so many different things.
Whichever one fits the situation to make him look the best.
Right. He could be having 5 different iterations. He's got 4 wives that he's talking about.
There's a true Kody for each of them, but they're all different Kodys. And then there's one when he's by himself.
They each get a different version. Yeah.
I think this might be way deeper than Kody is. I think we've gotten past the surface and we've gone too far.
Too much psychoanalyzing.
The problem, though, that he has 5 iterations of the truth.
I agree.
Kody is not ready for these clips. He does not want to do these clips. He's laughing sarcastically. He doesn't want to be faced with what he said.
Yeah. Those are the moments of truth. He can't get out of those clips.
In the past, when they had everybody there, he knows he could be confronted with what he said and confronted with the truth. But these clips, that's even better because you see him saying it. One of the reasons that I wanted everyone on the couch is so people could call him out on his crap. But he could always deny it. He can't deny it if they're showing him a clip of it. The clips deal with Kody saying he never loved any of the wives except for Robin. He felt forced to marry Janelle and Christine. Robin even thinks that he's rewriting the past here. You see Janelle at the bottom. She is laughing when Robin's calling him out on it. He explains that Robin is deep, divine love. Yeah, what's that?
What is that even supposed to mean?
This man's all in his feelings. I don't even understand his feelings.
Neither.
He wanted to elevate his relationships to the affinity he had for Robin. Is that really elevating? Are you going up? Because what it appears to me is when Mary, Christine, and Janelle left Kody, they actually became happier, better versions of themselves. And I think she's below them.
I do too. I think he's trying to explain his love for Robin, the difference between her and the other 3. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, they all look happy and she looks miserable.
Well, yeah, she's got to deal with him 24/7 now.
They were like, you think you're bringing me up to Robin? No, thank you. I'm good. I'm just going to leave. Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
I don't want to be miserable. Everybody agrees, except for Kody, that he's saying this out of hurt. It's his iteration of the truth. When he's hurt, he never loved them. And he even admits that. He says, it was the place that we were in at the time. Because I was going through this breakup, that was my narrative.
I think a lot of people can relate to that. We've all been through breakups and we say things that we don't mean, or we don't want to admit, oh my gosh, we weren't duped by that person. I didn't really love them after all.
I can't believe you're admitting that Kody is relatable.
That statement is yes.
It is, though. He's trying to convince himself he never loved them so it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Or so his ego isn't hurt. Them leaving hurt his ego.
Absolutely.
Mary's like, just admit that you loved me and you fell out of love. There's nothing wrong with that. That happens. You're minimizing this relationship by saying, never loved me. I was your first wife. I'm the one who got this family started. Kody, just be accountable. Cody's Teflon. He's not accountable for anything. Nothing sticks to him.
Yeah, he just wants to blame all of them for what went wrong, not himself.
He's like one of those, I'm not going to break up with you. I'm just going to treat you like crap until you leave, guys.
Then I can tell everybody, woe is me, they left me.
Kody tried that, but we saw the years of mistreatment. Nobody's buying it. He used to be a salesman, but he's not selling this to us.
Goes to show what kind of salesman he might have been.
Then we get Robin. Even though they're not together, she starts decoding Kody when they go one-on-one with her. She's explaining what he meant. They can't even keep him from doing it by keeping him apart.
No.
I'm not a polygamist, so I don't understand this, but him loving his wives was an aphrodisiac for Robin. I don't understand the attraction to Kody in any way.
No. I've heard her say in previous episodes, one of the attractions was the love he had for his other wives. She wanted that. That might have been what she was referencing.
That she knew if he could love them like that, he could love her like that.
Yes.
That makes sense. And Suki makes a great point. You can love them the same. You can love Robin the way you loved the other ones. You can love the other ones the way you loved Robin. And Kody does not understand this concept. He said, am I supposed to love them all the same? Yeah, like you do with your kids. Okay, Suki, he's not going to understand that either. And he doesn't.
He doesn't. I have more than one child. And I was thinking, I get that you have different relationships with your children, but I love them equally.
Right. But he doesn't love his kids equally.
It just blows my mind.
He's admitting it without admitting it.
Yeah.
This is why we think you're the villain, Kody.
He's
Because
fucked
it's
up.
stupid stuff like this that you say.
Yeah. He's fucked up.
It is. This is how he's reframing why he's a villain. Everybody is slapping him down because he loves Robin, because he found higher love. I'm so mad about being guilted for loving Robin. Nobody is guilting you for loving Robin. Love her. Go ahead. It's the way you treated the other three instead of just taking accountability and saying, it's not there anymore. We've had a great 20 years. I've tried. I'm not where I used to be with you anymore. No, instead he just dragged him along forever. We're not mad about him loving Robin.
I think he would have gotten a lot more respect from the wives and from the public if he had just been like, you know what? I love her. I just want to be with her. I don't want to keep you in this relationship feeling horrible and unwanted. Go find happiness like I have.
That's part of the problem. He's not used to earning respect. He doesn't understand how to act respectably. People just respect him regardless as the head of the family.
That's a tricky one for me because when you respect people, you in turn are respected. When you disrespect, you don't get respect back. It's a two-way street for me.
I think most people see respect that way, but the way he sees it is he's entitled to it.
That never works out.
Which is why this stupid stuff happens and comes out of his mouth.
Again, Kody world, Codyville.
Suki tries to call him out for contradicting himself, and this scene ends. He goes on a rant, something about better salespeople. Should he just kill the better sales guy? Makes him so mad. What was he talking about?
He was trying to make an analogy between him loving one wife more than the others. He was saying, oh, if there's better salespeople out here, what should I do? Just go and kill the better salespeople? Didn't make sense.
So Robin and her kids are the better salespeople, and he's going to kill the rest of his family. Do we have a Chris Watts situation here? Maybe.
It was a bizarre statement.
It just stopped making sense for him because he's like, it just makes me so mad. What makes him mad? Again, Suki saying you contradicted yourself.
Now he's trying to backpedal and get out of it. So he comes up with some stupid shit to say that doesn't make any sense. And now he's just getting mad because he can't articulate how to backtrack the contradiction.
How do I make Suki the bad guy? Well, you leave the room and then put like a puppy in there. I mean, I don't know. Put something really like innocent. I don't even know how you make Suki evil because she's just so sweet.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, he's already like knee deep in shit and we're only, 10 minutes in?
But we're 19 years into it and he's just been crawling deeper in that hole.
I know.
Not 19 years, 19 seasons, but I digress. Kody tries to say these relationships are all individual relationships. They aren't dependent on each other. So how his relationship is with Robin doesn't make a difference with how his relationship is with the other wives. Those are separate relationships, which is interesting because I think back in season 1, they were saying when one wife is happy, then we're all happy. So if something's wrong, he better go fix it with the other ones. And Maya, has that changed?
Yeah, I think a lot changed when Robin came into the family.
But it works with Robin because they communicate. Well, she has to tell him what he's saying because she's the Kody interpreter. The way she loves him, which, are we talking physical? I think what he means is the way that she does whatever he wants, that she respects herself, that Robin respected herself, and she negotiates.
She manipulates him is what she does. She always listens to him and then tells him how he feels or why he did something.
Aha. She's manipulating him.
She's manipulating him.
She's manipulating him.
She's manipulating him.
Interesting. I see it. Janelle respects herself. She doesn't understand what he's talking about. Christine and Mary, now they respect themselves. Maybe they didn't always respect themselves.
Christina was completely focused on the visits that she got with Kody, what they were going to do, planning meals. Looking back, she finds that embarrassing. She was so focused on just him and his needs and his wants.
Well, she changed what they were doing. When he came over, it changed their normal.
I can't imagine going from house to house and, a different night with a different wife, and each one of those wives trying to have an individual relationship with him.
Even if they're individual relationships, he is Robin's husband. He is Mary's husband. His relationship with each of them is part of what defines him. So I don't know how you can separate that.
I think the effort that was put into the relationship with Robin was not put into the relationships with Janelle, Christine, and Mary.
Absolutely. And Robin's still the new thing.
That's what the wives finally picked up on by Robin being there.
This is Kody dodging accountability again.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be blamed for this going wrong. So by saying that they're individual relationships, that way he can say it's their fault. Not, it's still you and them, dum-dum, but, oh, maybe I can twist it this way. He said that he respected Mary, or respected Janelle a little less. And then Christine, he is such a jerk. Oh, she was great at cooking me a meal, but I was struggling to find happiness because Christine wasn't happy. You know what? You weren't doing anything to make her feel good. And your happiness needs to be dependent on you, not on Christine.
Well, and just the statement alone, your happiness is not defined by someone else. It always has to start with yourself.
Absolutely. You can't make somebody happy. You have to be happy. You can make somebody miserable, and you definitely have been making these people miserable.
Right. You're not happy with Christine. She's one of the funnest and happiest ones in the group.
She also probably was the most defiant.
You go, girl.
That's why I didn't like it. Because she didn't just roll over and do what Kody wanted. Although she did, and she doesn't like that side of herself, because when he'd come over, she would change everything to do what he liked, and she is embarrassed by that now.
I can see where it would upset every routine that you had in your house for the week.
The experience has created Christine and who she is today, and she respects herself now. So, so even if he made her miserable back then, that showed her what she wanted when she came out of it. And that's how she found David.
And she's so much happier now.
Kody, why are these women trying to make me accountable? They need to be accountable. Suki calls him out on it. She says they are taking accountability. He won't hear it.
No.
Because it doesn't fit in his iteration of the truth. He's just shaking her head.
People are in a relationship. No one is 100% at fault, but at least take some accountability for your own actions in the relationship.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't take accountability for anything.
That just makes me so mad.
Robin starts Kody explaining again. She says he wanted to raise the relationships up to where she is. Christine, 100% a lie. That is a lie. Janelle, I wish he would have told me that. He never said that to me. And Mary, that's not fair that we're all supposed to be Robin. Sorry, I'm Mary. I don't want to be Robin. I don't want to be Robin either.
I don't want to be Robin.
Nope.
And I know
Raise your hand if you want to be Robin. You see anybody? Any of those channel surfer? No. Okay.
Cricket. It's
Nobody
crickets.
wants to be Robin.
Yep, all crickets.
Even though Robin had the nice house and all the stuff, I'd rather be Janelle living in that RV than be Robin.
Me too.
Stuck with Kody.
Just me and my dogs. I'm a happy person.
Kody doesn't like that word abandoned, does he?
No, he does not.
I love his iterations of the truth here. He does not want to be the bad guy. And he is making a whole lot of not any sense at all, trying to pin it on everyone else. First, let's victimize myself. I was afraid of Mary. No, you weren't. You're just saying something to be victim.
What is there afraid of with Mary?
Christine is the only one who says sometimes with Mary, it was like walking on eggshells, and she stops there. She's made huge strides to change. Not the same person. I'm not going to speak badly about her or throw her under the bus. But do you think Kody was ever walking on eggshells with Mary?
No, absolutely not.
The other sister wives may have been, but not Kody. Mary points out these contradictions again. I can't leave my wives because the church says I can't. But then when Mary goes to get the spiritual release, says we don't even believe in that stuff. The reason for these contradictions is because he's trying to fit it into his narrative. He doesn't want to be the bad guy. So if the only reason he can't leave the wives is religion, how are you guys going to fault me for the religion? But then if Mary goes through that religion to get a release for you, saying that you abandoned them, then you're the bad guy. That's why there are contradictions, because you just keep reframing things to make yourself the victim.
So he doesn't have to hold himself accountable.
Dodging it. Kody talks about the legal divorce. When Mary legally divorced him and he married Robin so he could adopt the kids, he told the family this isn't going to change anything. But he said things did change after that. That's because just telling them it's not going to change isn't enough. Actions speak louder than words, bud.
Yeah, it was a turning point for all of them, really, not just Mary.
Even at the time, Janelle said she knew it would change things. Christine says Robin would bring up, I know this couple that got divorced. And that way he could be the legal parent to the kids. So she would drop that hint. Janelle says it was brought up. She doesn't say that Robin brought it up. It's a very passive way of saying it, but she says it may have been mentioned before. So Janelle and Christine agree Robin brought this up. Now, Mary doesn't remember Robin bringing it up, but she's not going to say it didn't happen. Robin, well, does Robin remember?
Of course not. She doesn't recall that.
No idea. And Suki says, well, Christine remembers. I don't.
She's just planting them little seeds of manipulation from the get-go.
Just conveniently not remembering things that don't fit the narrative. Nobody understands why Kody would say he's afraid of Mary. What is she, a psychotic killer?
But, you know, Christine said something, and maybe she was actually onto something. She said, was he afraid that she wouldn't divorce him if he said how he felt?
Mary said that.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. Or was he afraid that when she divorced him, she would want her equitable portion of marital property?
Yeah, I think he was maybe financially afraid of her, or afraid that she would not go through with the divorce if he told her how he was feeling.
If he left her, she would try to go after his assets. But if he alienated her enough to where she left him, maybe she's the bad guy and they won't give her what she needs. I can guilt her for leaving me.
I'm really starting to wonder if this hasn't been a plan in the making for a while, the divorce.
Janelle says that Kody is not smart enough to make that plan, though.
But Robin is. I think Robin is manipulative enough to come up with that.
She's the one that was dropping the hints at the beginning. That's how you know the truth. The stories that are lining up to make sense are more truthful than the ones where you're saying, but that is a contradiction. That doesn't make any sense. Robin and Kody's story. Robin is Kody explaining again. She said he feels hurt by abandon because that's not how he sees what happened. He feels like Mary got rid of him and kicked him out. And Mary just thought that she was telling him he needed space. Then he explains he was at her house. He was on the bed. He refused to leave. So he's like, look, I wasn't going to leave. She was upstairs on the phone laughing. And then she kicked me to the curb. He was waiting for her to just say anything like, I just need some space. And as soon as she said it, he's like, oh, that's it. She left me. He had been waiting for that.
Robin also said he didn't like the word abandonment because he was such a present, very real present figure
For her.
Yeah.
See, Robin, how is he present to the other wives?
What they're talking about abandonment is not necessarily physically, but just emotionally. He emotionally abandoned these women years ago.
Physically abandoned them years ago.
Well, Mary.
He wasn't going over to her house.
Right.
After she kicked him to the curb, aka told him that she needed space.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
maybe she did. I mean, this was during the catfishing. Maybe she did kick him to the curb, but she stuck around. And she said, we've had these problems before. I've been in a really bad spot. I came out of it. He was in a bad spot. That's marriage. It's commitment. It's not about love. It's not about all of this feel-good stuff all the time. You're going to have ups and downs over 30 years. It's about the commitment to each other to make it work. And that's how she saw it.
yeah, she's been trying and trying and waiting. He's insinuated that he wanted to work without saying he wanted things to work.
Well, look at how he bawled like a baby when she left. So many mixed signals. We're shown a clip of the legal divorce. I forgot that Robin had blonde hair when she married Kody.
I did too.
She looked softer as a blonde, not as harsh.
Yeah, I think so.
When Suki asked Kody about when he moved out, he said, I didn't move out. She kicked me out. He cuts her off. He's like, no, 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 no. And then he said something that doesn't make any sense. Mary was gaslighting herself.
Who does that?
Cody.
I know. So why would he say she was gaslighting herself?
Projection. He
For
gaslights
real?
himself to believe 5 different itinerations.
I think he's one of those people that he thinks and thinks and thinks something until he actually believes it.
He will say whatever he has to do to not be the bad guy. If he moved out, he would be the bad guy. So she kicked him out. Let's reframe this. And he does it to the point where it's contradictory. None of it makes sense. And nobody is buying it. And that's just like Janelle said, Cody's not sophisticated enough to create these manipulations. She said maybe it was mentioned to her, Robin, excuse me. So Janelle knows it was Robin. Maybe it was mentioned to her.
That might be the whole issue. These women understand that it was Robin, and trying to have a discussion with Kody about what was going on was just shut down immediately.
Well, and if Robin is Cody's mouthpiece, then she was having the discussion for Kody.
I thought it was funny. Here's Robin Cody-splaining, and she does all of this Cody-splaining, but then she'll also sit there and say, well, that was between them. I really don't want to discuss on it. It's like,
yeah, when there's no explanation. She's sophisticated enough to see when the stories aren't working out, and she just, that's a good point. She just bows out of her Kody.
explaining altogether.
Yes, interesting. It's a scheme.
She's good. I think she's a master manipulator. I think everything that's happened in this family has been her design all along.
I mean, she's not manipulating us.
We see through her. And they eventually did too.
Yeah. Mary said, I'm comfortable blaming him. I take responsibility for a lot of stuff, but he abandoned me. He gets the blame on that. I'm not going to take responsibility for him abandoning me. He abandoned her, which is probably why she was seeking out other people in the first place. It's not like she had this wonderful husband and this wonderful marriage and she didn't need anything else. And then she met this person online. He had emotionally abandoned her at that point.
Yeah, I think he started walking away from all of them emotionally once he married Robin.
Well, when she came into the picture, according to Christine.
Well, I meant the spiritual marriage. Yeah. But you're talking about before they even got
Christine
married.
said during this tell-all that once Robin was in the picture, that was it. He was like, ooh, look at this. What do we have here? And he just was all about Robin at that point on. He was just really good at putting on his different masks from, what was it called?
Point Break.
Point Break. He didn't get to the point where he just didn't care to put his mask on anymore.
Well, or they just saw right through it.
So at the time that Kody married Robin, I'm wondering if he was in a good place with anyone. Because Mary said they hadn't been in a good place for 12, 14 years, maybe more. Kody says that he and Janelle were in a bad place for 10 years before Las Vegas. And then they kind of had a renaissance and they were good at Las Vegas. Him and Christine weren't in the best place either when he met Robin. So
you wonder why bring in another wife in the first place then.
He was sick of all the other ones and he was still part of the church. So I guess he couldn't leave them then. It was all a scheme to get rid of the wives.
I'm starting to think something like that was going on.
I mean, I agree. He's not sophisticated enough. I don't know. It's very confusing, which is what he's trying to do. Just confuse everybody and then play victim. He says, Janelle and I, we were on the same page. Suki says, watch this clip. It's not what these clips show. We get Janelle saying, I don't even think we're in the same universe. If I can't talk freely, let's not talk. He wouldn't even let her talk. But she was trying to say, treat Robin differently. And he just got angry and wouldn't hear it. They show the clip where she calls Robin a sacred cow. And they show Robin's face. She's laughing.
Kind of true.
It is. Now, Kody says Janelle plays the victim card. Is this projection again?
It has to be because this guy is just unbelievable. No accountability. He's the only victim None of them are victims.
No, him and Robin are victims.
Oh, him and Robin. I don't see it.
They're victims in all of this. These horrible women just left him, and he's looking like the villain. And Robin is too.
I think Robin's the one. I think she's even got him convinced.
That's why she doesn't like to watch the clips. The clips are destructive. She doesn't like to see people she loves talking crap about each other, and it's toxic. She loves Kody.
And he's doing most of the trash talking.
Who else in these clips does she love?
She says that she loves her sister wives. Over the years watching the episodes, I've never really seen her try to connect with them.
She just doesn't like to see them calling out her story to make everybody the bad guy except Kody. Janelle said, in polygamy, this is a failure. He is a complete failure to lose all of his marriages. When we asked Kody what he thinks about that, he said it's a shared responsibility for the marriage not working out. When in this entire episode, except for this one moment, did he ever act like it was shared? It was the wife's responsibility.
I haven't seen him say that.
All of a sudden, when his ego gets blamed, it's a shared responsibility.
But is it? I mean, it's polygamy.
He doesn't want accountability. This is the only place he kind of takes it is by saying it's shared. But he's trying to soften the blow of Janelle blaming this on him running interference for Robin so she doesn't get blame, or it's his ego. He's trying to soften the blow of that. When confronted with facts that are hard to dispute, it's a shared responsibility all of a sudden.
Right. But it's polygamy. He's the one that's married to 4 women, not one woman married to 4 men. It would be more his responsibility. That's the reason why it's a failure.
And he's trying to create this narrative where one relationship doesn't have to do with the others, but it's not what they've said this whole show. They said from the beginning that one relationship affects the other ones. So he's changing the narrative now. None of it's making sense, Kody, because you are just twisting it every which way to try to make you not look like the bad guy.
And unfortunately,
it is your ego.
He is the common denominator.
He is. And the only one left with him is miserable Robin,
the manipulator.
That was the end of Tell All Part 1. We see some clips for Tell All Part 2 that kind of transition from this. Janelle thinks Kody may have become more of a villain to take the blame off Robin. So that's going to be next week.
He did say at the beginning of this, when they were leaving the driveway, something about protecting her.
Yeah, what can I do to help you? She said, God will help me. That was a good tell-all. Even though it was one-on-one, that was great.
It was. Part 2 will probably be even better. They saved the more explosive stuff. You get to see even more emotion in the second one.
They're not going to save the worst for last. They're going to save the best for last.
That's right.
Just like Kody saved Robin for last.
Mm-hmm.
For her, in his eyes, she's the best. Me, not so much. Well, that's it for this first part of the tell-all. We'll be back next week with part 2. I hope you enjoyed our coverage of Sister Wives. If you like the show, please give us 5 stars. Let people know about Remote Reality. We're a little baby podcast, and we are having so much fun doing it. So if you know anyone who would enjoy our commentary, just tell them Remote Reality. Come on over to our Facebook group. We'd love to hear what you think. Last time I checked, I think we're up to 28 or 29 members. So still beating Worthy up. And thank you for listening. Liz and I are going to be doing some recording over the next couple of days. So she will be back this week. Expect some Liz episodes. Her schedule is starting to get less crazy.
Keep the margaritas out.
We've been doing this for about a month now. Can you believe it?
Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah, it's been so much fun. Time just flies by.
When you're having fun.
When you're having fun. Well, channel surfers, thank you so much. Make sure that you subscribe so you'll know when content comes out. And we'll see you next week.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Remote